Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to replace the display on the Bonnell 775 All Mountain. You'll need the following tools: a set of Allen keys, specifically a 4 and 5 millimeter, a torque wrench with a 5 millimeter key, a screwdriver to pry open the cable holders, and a replacement display. So let's begin. You can start by powering off your display and battery. Next, disconnect the display's 2 cords connected to the bike. These can be identified by a distinct arrow pointed towards each other. Next, take off the cable holder and set it aside. So now, using your 4 millimeter Allen key, unscrew the cap located underneath the head tube. Once removed, place the cap aside for later. Then, next you will need to unplug the 2 cords underneath the frame. These will also have the same distinctive arrows facing each other. Since the display is fully disconnected, you can pull it out slowly. Be careful not to force it, as some wires may be still connected and can damage them. In this video, we're also going to briefly cover how to adjust your stem height, since the process is pretty similar. If you just want to skip ahead to the display replacement, skip to the 3:47 minute mark. Let's continue. Using a 5 millimeter Allen key, there are 2 screws located on the stem that you will need to loosen. Then, slowly remove your handlebars to avoid damaging any wires and brake cables. Here is where you can remove the amount of spacers that you want. When happy, place the handlebars on, including the spacers. Now, it's important to pre-tension the stem. You really only need to tighten only 1 screw, just enough to where you can tug on the handlebars. You can now get on the bike and check if the position is good, and if you don't like the current position, slightly untighten the stem again, and then adjust the spacers to your liking. Throughout this process, we pre-tighten the stem a lot, just so it doesn't move during the adjustments. So if you have removed all of the spacers, it will leave a longer visible neck to the display. This will result in the display sticking out a bit above the handlebars. And this definitely isn't good, as it makes your display more vulnerable to damages and scratching. Leaving it like this makes it the first point of contact if flipped over. We recommend that if you're happy with this specific adjustment, and you have no plan whatsoever to change it in the future, to cut the steerer tube slightly. If you do decide to cut it, we recommend you add 1 small spacer for future adjustments. But for this specific video, we will be keeping all of the spacers on. Once you're ready to change the display, remove the silver screw in the bottom of the old display. This will be used to screw into the bottom of the new display. It's also important to ensure that 1 wire is positioned on the left and the other on the right. This keeps the assembly compact and makes it much easier to insert into the steering tube. Now, slowly insert the new display cords first down the head tube. Be careful not to force anything, as you may damage a wire. Also, never press fully on the display screen, only the surround casing. This could damage the screen if done forcefully. Locate the orange wires underneath the bike and align them up with the arrows pointed towards each other. Then insert them. It's important to do this correctly as you may damage pins if not executed properly. Repeat this with the green wires, and remember, look for the arrows. Next, insert the silver screw that was on the old display. This will screw directly in through the top. When placing the end cap back on, it's important to slow down and note which slot the wires go through. Doing this improperly can cause the wires to be pinched. Next, using your 4mm Allen key, screw the end cap back on. Make it snug, but don't completely tighten it just yet. The wires should have a little bit of wiggle room. This is completely normal. Next, using your 5mm Allen key, loosen your stem up slightly. You want to be able to rotate your handlebars. The silver screw holds the display in place, but its main function is to preload the headset bearing assembly. Tighten the silver screw until the headset bearing feels secure, but not notchy. Then, tuck in all of the cords that are underneath the frame. Make sure your handlebars are straight, then tighten your stem back up. Using the torque wrench at 8 Nm, fully tighten your stem back up. It's best to alternate both sides to make sure both sides are completely tightened. Next, on the handlebars, locate the orange wires again. Remember, align the arrows before connecting to avoid any damaged pins. Do the same with the green wires. In the case that your wires are too long, you can shorten these by routing them through the bike. Slowly push at the top and tug from below. Do this gently to avoid any ripped cables. Next, place your bike on flat ground. You will need to do some last checks. First, hold the front brake, the one on your left side, and gently rock the bike back and forth. By inspecting the headset, you can determine whether the bearing assembly is tight or loose. If it's loose, the headset needs to be adjusted to prevent damage and reduce the risk of losing control, which could lead to an accident. In this instance, the headset bearings are not compressed, so this must be done in order to remain safe. Using your 5mm Allen key, slightly loosen your stem. Tighten the bottom end cap up more. This should be around 5 to 7 Nm. Then, run the test again. Hold your front brake and gently rock the bike back and forth. Now, it should be ready to go. Move the handlebars back and forth to ensure the rotation is smooth, without any hard spots or notchy feeling. If you do feel notches, it could indicate that the headset is preloaded too tightly, or that the bearings need to be replaced. If both conditions are good, you are just about done. With your 5mm Allen key, you can do the last tightening of the stem. Then go behind it with your torque wrench at 8 Nm. Once this is tight, your 775 all mountain is ready to ride. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.